Wembley, Wembley, we're the famous Crystal Palace and we're going to Wembley. Hello and welcome to Palace Fan TV for Jim and Jay's final say post Reading results in the FA Cup quarter final. And don't know if anyone's told you, but Palace are off to Wembley. Palace are going to Wembley, beat Reading 2-0, back at Wembley, and what a fantastic result for Palace. If I look tired, it's because I've literally just got up. Doing this review the morning after. It was a late one, wasn't it? It was a late night, but what a night! What a fantastic night it was. Everything about the night at Reading was, apart from the fact it was in Reading, was brilliant. Palace fans were fantastic as ever, especially in this cup run. We've been amazing away from home. Really, just I think if teams could be picked out of the hat and given places in the semi-final and the final for the fans, Palace would undoubtedly be in the final already. Fans were absolutely fantastic. And maybe it's what we do. Maybe we're a cup team. We seem to thrive on just being a cup team and the thrill of the knockout competition. Whereas in the league, for some reason, the team and sometimes the fan struggles. But in the cup, we march on. And really, it was a game we should have won. You know, it was the easiest draw out of the quarterfinal draws. We were all excited by that. And when the game kicked off, you suddenly realised that Reading did not have a lot to offer. You know, fair play. They've done well to get to this part of the competition. They're doing okay in the championship, like they're not going down. And to be honest, their fans are fantastic. I was drinking in the pub with a few of them beforehand. Really nice guys, very respectful of Palace and vice versa. And you know, fair play to them. Proper club. Not a million miles away from Palace, really, or certainly where we used to be a couple of years ago. But the team itself on the day, I don't think offered anything really. Hal Robson-Kanu was the only player who I thought might create anything for them. And at times, with his left foot, he looked like he might, but he always got shepherded out of play or forced wide. So really, their only other tactic was lob the ball long, hope for something, and then get Cox to foul our defenders. And every time the ball was in the air, Cox would go and just give a little elbow. So they honestly didn't offer much at all. And that Palace, you know, they sort of contained Palace, really. I think that was their game plan all along, contain Palace and hope for something on the break. And that worked. The first half was pretty even. Palace had the better chances, but really we didn't dominate at all. I think Reading contained us a bit. And as the game wore on, you just realised that actually Palace's legs were stronger, we were fitter, fresher, and the quality would show through, and it did. And towards the end, Palace just saw more of the ball, had more chances. Al Habsi was getting forced into more and more saves, and you thought something's going to happen at some point. It's going to come. I thought it was going to come through Wilf, to be honest, because I thought he was our best player. I thought he'd create something, and he was just, every time he got the ball down and ran at them, they were terrified, and that's when we started to really get momentum. And in the end, it was a penalty on Balassi, and I haven't seen it back. Word is it was a bit soft, but you know, funny how this week no one's talking about a soft penalty. You know, after last week's debacle against Liverpool, but I have to watch it back again. I sound like a manager in a post-match press conference, don't I? Haven't seen it, but it was given, and I mean, it looked like a silly challenge, to be honest, with Balassi running into the box. But again, that came from Balassi's burst of energy, and that was something else he gave us on the night. And we just had a bit more than Reading, really. And that was it. There isn't too much to say, apart from the fact that it kind of went how you thought. Palace went with a strong lineup. We went for it, and we won, you know. And it's kind of weird for us to do that, because normally we're the underdogs, and we thrive on being the underdogs. But last night, we were the favourites, and it went how it should. And Johan scored the penalty. Not a brilliant penalty by memory. We were right behind the goal. Looked like quite tame, but Al Habsi got a hand hit, went in. And then we kept pushing, and fair to Reading, they pushed, and I think most Palace fans are thinking, oh, here we go, they'll get back into it somehow. But they didn't. Our defence was really solid. And then Campbell scored at the end with a lovely little pass from Adebayor, I think it was. Again, haven't seen it back. But even Fraser Campbell couldn't miss that. Even he couldn't miss from a yard out. Fair play to him, you know. Good finish and a great celebration. So I think it kind of went all as expected, really. Pard's got the subs right as well, to be honest. Sacco came on in the middle, not out wide, which is good because he can't offer covering out wide to the fullback. Soiree had a weird game, didn't he? Just looked a bit like a Sunday League player at times, but grew into it. You know, did that fresh air kick at one point. There was one point in the first half where he did a fresh air kick, and then I think he booted the ball in Joe Ledley's face. And you're like, oh God, this is so Palace. But they came through it. And Hennessy in goal. I think we were hoping Jules would start in goal. Hennessy obviously was fit enough to play, and wasn't really tested, but did drop it at one point. We went out for a corner or goal kick, and he went to grab it, lost his momentum, and threw it back into the box at the Reading striker. But thankfully he put it in the side netting. So You know, that could have been, if that had gone in, we'd be talking about another error, wouldn't we? So, but that's been glossed over really because of the result. So, but yeah, that's how we expected it to go, really. Well, actually, we didn't. I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were going to lose. And you can look at my Snapchat story from the night, which will be uploaded soon. I thought we were going to lose, but we didn't. And we're into the FA Cup semi-final. First time. I mean, last time we were there in '95. I was very young, and then in 1990 I was too young. So this is going to be fantastic. We're going to pack out Wembley. We're going to make it special. We always do. Every time we go to Wembley, we own Wembley. No matter who we're playing, we'll be doing that again. So there we go. Anyway, here's Jay from the Eagles Beak with his thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like these videos, drop a like, comment below. Let us know what you thought. I thought man of the match was Wilf, but did you think it was someone else? I thought Johan as well had a fantastic game. Really back to his best. Was he your man of the match? Follow us on Instagram and Snapchat. I did loads of snaps last night from the game. They're going to be uploaded soon, so you can check them out. But follow us on Snapchat anyway for most away games. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Here's Jay from the Eagles Beak. Come on, you Palace.
Hello guys, welcome back to Palace Fan TV. This is Jim and Jay's final say, and we're at Wembley. How good is that? I'm sure plenty of Palace fans the morning after are very happy with getting to Wembley. I'm not sure I agree actually, the semi-final's been at Wembley, but it is what it is, and we're facing a trip there to take on, well, whoever it may be. We're the first team in the next round, obviously being a Friday night game, and that Friday night game was, yeah, it was a tough game. A lot of people said it was the easier draw. I think if you ask any of the other clubs in the quarterfinals, they would have wanted to play Reading. But it was tough, you know. Championship is a tough division, and Reading are a good side. They've had their problems this season, but we travelled to their ground. They're used to their ground. It was a interesting pitch to play on, I have to say. It was the same for both teams, but I think Palace were the better side overall. I think our flair, attacking wise, was far better, and I think it says a lot when the goalkeeper for Reading had received the Man of the Match awards. I think Reading made 4 or 5 clearances almost off the line from inside their 6-yard box. We just couldn't find that killer goal. But it came in interesting circumstances. We spoke about such things, such easy penalty, soft penalty awards last week. We had one against us. Liverpool wasn't particularly happy about it. Can see why it was given. That old rule of contact in the box, and that came into play last night. It was a very harsh penalty, and I have to say it's tough on Reading, really. Just feel that the defender gives the referee a decision to make because he puts his arm across Balassi. Whether it stops him getting to the ball, I'm not sure, but Balassi's playing a game, isn't he? Not sure I'm completely happy, but we got a second goal after that. Whatever happened, Reading were down to 10 men. Again, it's controversial circumstances. I can see why it's given, but then are we entirely comfortable about it? We've had decisions against us all season, and sometimes you think they even themselves out, and I think they did a little bit last night. But very tough for Reading, I have to say. Spoke to a few Reading fans after the game; they're very disappointed. Although freely admit that Palace were the better side, and we were, and the right team is into semi-finals. However it happened, we've got to be happy about it, and hopefully. Not stepping away too far from the FA Cup, because this is a great weekend for us. It's a real real moment for us to get to semi-finals, but we have to take that form into the league and get a win or two before we get to those semi-final stages. But let's not take away what happened at Reading last night. Fantastic showing from both Wilf and Balassi. I think Balassi was very tired towards the end. Adebayor, I'm not sure if he could have done a bit better, but sublime skill at the end to put Campbell in for the second goal. And who'd have thought it? Campbell puts us through to semi-finals of the FA Cup. Much maligned player for Palace, but he scored that second goal to seal our win and through to the next round, which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I mean, what a season we've had. First half of the season, brilliant. Second half of the season, absolutely horrendous. But we've kept our form for the FA Cup. And fair play to the players for doing that. We just want that, to give ourselves a little bit of space, breathing space. I know we're 9 points away from the bottom 3, but we need to take, let's treat the league as the FA Cup maybe. Next couple of games, we've got a tough couple of games. But I'm confident we're going to get points between now and that semi-final, whoever it is, and we can sit back and relax and watch watch the other teams panic and see how they get on in the quarterfinals. We're the first team in the hat. Draws on Monday, and we can look forward to that. Obviously, Palace fans have been quite down in the last few weeks, but very happy. I'm sure everybody's as happy as I am to be at this stage, to see our side get through to the next round. Kabay was fantastic yesterday, I have to say. Really, I'd say up for the game, but he was, he was really exceptional. I thought, driving force in the middle. Defence stood firm in kind of what little Reading kind of problems they gave us. Gave us a few. Hennessy, that flap at the ball, which Reading should have really scored from it. I think there was somebody in the edge of the penalty, or sort of around the penalty spot. The guy should have perhaps squared it, but thankfully Hennessy got away with that one. But it kind of makes you worry of the goalkeeper position yet again, really. But let's enjoy what we've got. We're into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Doesn't come around too often, does it? So let's see how the next few games go. But at the moment, have a great weekend and let's enjoy the moment for what it is. Thanks for watching. As you know, Palace Fan TV is all across social media, Facebook, Twitter, and obviously Snapchat as well. Great Snapchat story last night from the game, which is well worth checking out if you haven't seen it already. And make sure you subscribe to these videos, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on the game and what we do at Palace Fan TV as well, below the video. And look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.